Hello, welcome back with another Northstar plays Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Hope you folks are well. um, time. Time is weird. I was just looking at a map of European time zones, and God, you folks are got it crazy there. Time zone set up where you have France in the same time zone as, well, forget France, Spain in the same time zone as Eastern Germany. It makes no sense. You have Ukraine in a different time zone than Moscow, which is almost due north. The whole freaking thing was clearly drawn for political purposes, and people can even say, oh, it's based on most common transportation and trade because historically Ukraine did most of its trade with Russia, so it should be in the same time zone. It's got to be, oh, I don't want to be in a time zone with the dirty Russians. And that is nationalism and racism and stupidity. And this is why I like this game. There's no nationalities, everything is ideology. I think that's part of why Civ Beyond Earth was a terrible freaking failure. I mean, they got away from current Earth nations, but they have like, no, from what I understand of it, because I haven't played the game, there's like the Brazilian dash something confederation. Like nationalism is a plague. Nationalism is something that's used by the ruling class to divide people in convenient ways. If you say our nation is the greatest, our nation is the best, therefore you should serve in our military and die for our imperialist wars that are ultimately about making the rich richer because military spending concentrates wealth at the top. And that brings me to, well, the situation here. I've been spending a lot, a lot on the military to build a turret for the Spartans, but look at these power charts. I don't even think I can. Even though I've got no fewer than, well, that's score chart actually. I've got no fewer than 18 rovers, actually more than I have scout patrols at this point, and I still don't think I could. Now with the two uni, I've got 20 rovers and 17 scout patrols. And I do not think I could actually necessarily take anything from the Spartans. At best, maybe do enough damage to stacks. If they arrive with stacks, there's collateral damage. And well, if they don't, there's enough of a bottleneck here to be able to put in too many units at once. I'll hold them off for a bit, but it might not be great if there's a war. If I continue this policy of abundant militarization, I don't see how it's going to work out great. I may need to invest a little more in at least terraforming, maybe colony pods. I do have a lot more space I can expand into than them. But I don't know. Do I have enough deterrent? I really don't know. Next turn I can start on oh yeah, why is it no minerals? None? Put that on scout patrol because I'll probably swap it to a naval unit next, and if I somehow need something done, it's probably just gonna be the unit that it's cheaper because I need naval units, and I'm gonna need I think another former here and there. Straight slugging match on land, not gonna be great, but my plan was not to get in a slugging match with Spartans. It was to raid their infrastructure and weaken them. It's a more destructive version of war, unfortunately, but I need more economic strength than I've got. Where can I do most terraforming good? That's a good question. Do a little more terraforming near Forest Agency. The base. Yeah. I'll squeeze in one more former there. Because I can chop down this forest. By the way, it's actually worthwhile to plant forest a lot of times and then chop it down if it's going to take less than 5 former turns, at least in terms of mineral balance. A situation like this is kind of a limiting factor. Support costs are what's limiting me because I'm getting to where units are being produced at a crawl just because I'm supporting so many already. So most of the cost of the formers and stuff in the long run is actually support. It's not the initial construction cost. If I had industrial base, I could consider armoring my formers so they could better withstand mine worm attacks unguarded, but don't have industrial base yet. Definitely can't afford the diversion tech. It's not worth it for whatever tiny bonus to my ability to put military units in the front that provides. Heck, it's barely worth doing if it was free. Yeah, so let's see. Forest Agency has, well, that one tile, rolling moist, that can turn to a farm. Rocky and moist. I suppose I could flatten it eventually. Condense or farm, and it'd be 4 nutrients. Probably not worth the form returns plus the sensor rate is some good. Yeah. There's another rolling moist tile there. That can be another farm. And solar panel. So 2 farm solar panels at Forest Agency. I do need a little energy because tech can't fall behind tech because, you know, allows me to train better military units in the long run. As well as helping ministry a little more. The energy production, that is. Alright. So I'm raising up this mountain. Let's get the Ocean Institute founded, though. Any authority? I think not. What's that weird sound? Maybe I don't have that maximized. 2188 already. Jeez, it's been 80. That's a lot of turns. Guess I'll leave this in Scout Patrol. If I don't go right into naval unit, it'll be another Scout Patrol first. So yeah, on the coast are probably these 3. Definitely not World Health because they specialize in land. It's 3 bases, probably some naval units, and I want to transport to actually pop the pods there because alien artifacts I don't think you can get unless you pop them with a transport. And one of the things I'll need to do anyways is be able to land units along the coast where the Spartans might not expect me. And I'll, of course, need military units to protect the foils, so probably 2 military and 1 transport is what I'm aiming for. And that'll be probably all the navy I can afford, since I need a strong enough army, or it won't matter if I have a navy.
Terraform complete.
Two scout patrols. He supported oceans too. Mountain Command just keeps pumping out scouts because its production is so darn low. Nothing else can be produced in a reasonable time. I don't need minerals sitting in the queue forever and not do anything useful. First agency has 2 instead of 1 available. There'll be 1 after that next scout patrol from Mountain Agency, or Mountain Command. So yeah, 4 are there. Guess a former here. Formers, you know, make the bases I have more productive, which is good. Can help prepare sites for new bases too, so that they're not just tiny old things that are mostly worthless. If there's pops to work the tiles, it's more cost effective to improve tiles than new bases all the time. Especially if the colony pods are coming from bigger bases. If they're coming from really small ones, the economics work better because it's fewer nutrients to place the colony pod population. Speaking of which, you know what? I'm gonna try and squeeze out 1 colony pod for my Hydrology Council. And what should I call? I think a base here, right next to the river, so it can reach the nutrient resources. Be a good idea. Although a flat area like that could be supply crawled. Maybe I'll just supply crawl these resources eventually. I think I want a base on a river. forest on the river. It's fine, but in terms of getting the extra energy on rivers where I supply crawlers stuff for food later. Anyways, I'll have to think of another base name. Give me a second. Oh, I thought of one, and yeah, I should actually put a base here so it can start off with the nutrient resources and then work the mineral. That'd be better in the long run anyhow. Eventually I'd put something on the coast here for more ship production, I guess. But nothing's... Can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. I need to be able to win. So... Let's see. I could do a borehole on that. More reason to keep in the range. I'm not going to be very creative. Alluvial Council. Alluvial literally means of or by coming from a river. So, the Hydrology Council, the Alluvial Council. Be one, possibly 2 turns movement to get there. More often 3. If I did a road, guarantee at the end of 2 turns. Just 1 road. Yeah, I've got some energy. Not much to spend on, so probably this, and after 7 turns I might rush a colony pod. If it just as the base is about to grow, so that it should lead it to just staying size 1, I think. I'll figure it out. No, I think it procs the colony pod first, so maybe I'll have to do an 8 turns. Either way. So 3 bases that are actually doing formers and colony pods instead of military, and that's probably the most I can afford of this. Everything else has to be a deterrence against the Spartans. Let's get that farm done. Let me get working on mine. Maybe I should start work on the mine first. I don't know if there's a chance the forest could have grown here while I was playing the farm. Oh well. Minor consideration. Highly unlikely. Couldn't have hurt, I guess, though. Like starting the mine in parallel to the farm, I'm saying. Maybe the first former star mine. I guess you can get events, random events that reduce food production, like famine. That can happen, so having the farm is insurance against that, at least.
Indigenous life forms.
Oh, that's where I get the bloody mine worms. Well. They lose those other units. Yeah. So many rovers around here. $20 energy credits. Yay. Sucks to lose a scout patrol. But I'll end up replacing it with a recon rover, which is a better unit in the long run. I didn't check where I was getting support for that unit from, though. For attacking that, I probably should have done. Oh, headquarters is about to grow, anyways. A lot of bounce backs, a lot of not finding anything. Explore on the coast here. Just to see the sea zones. Maybe I could risk another incursion, but it may actually cause the Spartans to declare war on me. Lovely. Lovely people. Not. Really not. Right, well, as much fun as trawling this fungus is to try and... Wait, that's a green rover? Trying to level up these units. Try to keep something in reserve. Ah, a pod. Pod. And failed to move there. Rocky xenofungus. Go. 4 movement. Mm. Rolling and rainy. Oh, nice. And it's an elevation. It could just stick solar panels there and call it done, but this far from the base, from the headquarters to be an efficiency, I'll just go for mine. Hmm. within. So almost area to explore. Just gonna send the rover off to do so of these non-fungus lay-in areas.
Turn complete.
Okay. And got bounced.
Turn complete.
Cool. Ah, yes. Next turn we'll get to see what happens here with the condenser. That'll be cool. Save and next turn. I don't think I'm missing anything, but you never know.
Production complete. Production complete. Production complete.
He held his arm too stiffly, and so was thrown back repeatedly, until at last I seized his forearm and snapped it back against itself. His training suffered while the arm healed, of course, but I felt this was a lesson he must learn early, and well. Spartan Kell, honing the key.
I do love that quote. I mean, it's a bit violent, unfortunately, but it does a great job of emphasizing, well, not really emphasizing, but how fervently the Spartans believe in this very important principle, which is says something about how the Spartans do their training, and also at the same time how much they understand the importance of flexibility, which is immensely important in military matters. And for me, it'll be useful for traveling the seas. Many radical young officers felt that doctrine mobility did not go far enough in the development of fast attacks and quick reconnaissance, because mobility only takes land forces into account. These leaders worked to create the first navies on the planet, based on doctrine flexibility, coordination, and cooperation between forces made possible by control of the sea. Planetary networks, I guess now, and I can get probe teams. or nonlinear mathematics and particle impactors. Yeah, planetary networks first. I might need planned to squeeze out some units. Planned economics.
Production complete.
Leads to some important stuff, and also I need the probe teams to keep an eye on the Spartans without adding to support costs. I can just spam as many probe teams, they won't produce an ever declining rate. Headquarters grew. It's working the mine. Good. Rubber spam. Alright. Design workshop stuff. So it's worth knowing the costs. Gunfoils or laser skin ships cost the same. So when it comes to military, definitely would want laser skim ships. No point of the gunfoils at all. And transports. I think I already had that though. It's already taking a spot. It's something the game won't do for me, but these babies seem stupid, but they can grab units and ferry infantry to the front much more quickly. Or bring back. Heck, you can fit a rover inside a rover. Yo, dog, I heard you like rovers, so I put a rover in your rover so you can you get the idea. One of these can give your forces a lot more mobility. Easy to underrate this, but when it comes to traveling rapidly over land, including allowing impact infantry to keep up with my rover forces and pulling wounded units back from the front. As I said, you can load a unit without having any movement left. So this could pay for itself many times over in combat. I don't want many of them, but one of them for sure. Let's see. Colony pod, former scout patrol, transport. Need sea formers. Eventually. It's good to have. Cost of 40. Rover formers cost 50? Ew. Nobody would ever do those. Four rows for C form. That's way more than I thought it would be. As compared to 3 for rover transport. Anyways. Ocean Institute can probably start on a laser skim ship. Oh. Nope. Maritime Command will have to do that. Okay, where the minerals will be. Right at the production. Alright. Laser skim ship. Ocean Institute will grow in reasonable-ish time. So I guess they do the transport foil. Eventually take over the monolith. So this would then swap to forest tiles. There's actually I can rearrange forest stuff and forest might grow, so I'm good. So there's my navy in production. It's gonna take a while, especially transport. Give me some capabilities against the Spartans. Ah. Failed to move there. I guess I could do a solar collector. It's 4 turns. Yep. I give +1 economy of the oceans too. It's the monolith. Well, that would probably give it 1 more lab. Anyhow, so Maritime Command will stop growing after its next growth, basically. Just size 2, or 2 forest tiles, eventually. Doesn't have to give up the monolith until this grows, so never mind. Build a bit of a food stockpile in case of trouble. and then towards future growths.
Terraform complete.
Veteran rovers, veteran recon rovers, those can do alright against the minimum also veteran level troops, the Spartans. Take on synth metal infantry 1-for-1, or have twice the strength of attacking their laser troops that don't have armor. Did I see a terraform complete message? Oh yes, it did. Because I just finished those solar collectors.